So I want to talk to you about this book that I've read. It's called The Tao. Shout out Brooke Ricker for giving me this book. I'm going to read this one saying, and this is, the stoic trait of unconsciously like knowing that you are untouchable. So it's like the person, I'll read this right here. Sets an example for all beings because he doesn't display himself. People can see his light because he has nothing to prove. People can trust his words because he doesn't know who he is. People can recognize themselves in him. Because he has no goal in mind, everything he does succeeds. You're an untouchable person, and he sets an example for all beings because he doesn't display himself. You see, the thing is, he doesn't show himself, and he only puts his words into actions, and he doesn't even speak. Even knowing he's not thinking about his goals, he's putting in his goals into action without being consciously aware of it. And that's like the part of being untouchable, being such a authentic person without even knowing you're actually really authentic. Like when you're unconsciously untouchable, it's like you have this self-mastery in a way, and you have this tunnel vision, and nobody can see, what you've been doing, and you're basically an untouchable person. And when you become aware of that, everything changes for the better. Second here is that people can see his light. So even knowing, it's like the yin and yang sign, even knowing this guy that is working on himself every day sees the dark, everyone else sees the light in him. And he doesn't even see it in himself. It's like kind of crazy like that, like the yin and the yang sign. Like even in that movie Kung Fu Panda, you see how there's always that yin, the yang sign. And like in that movie, you kind of realize that in the start of the movie, Paul the panda, he was going through this adversity, this discipline, and he hated it.
Oh, what's going on?
Look, it's the Dragon Warrior.
You don't belong here.
Hey! Open the door! Let me in!
You're a disgrace to Kung Fu, and if you have any respect for who we are and what we do, you will be gone by morning.
You? Him? He's a panda. You're a panda. What are you gonna do, big guy? Sit on me?
And why didn't you quit? You knew I was trying to get rid of you, yet you stayed.
Yeah, I stayed. I stayed because every time you threw a brick at my head or said I smelled, it hurt. But it could never hurt more than it did every day of my life just being me. I stayed because I thought if anyone could change me, could make me not me, it was you.
And he wanted to give up. And you know what fucking that Master Uguay said? He's like,
with what was and what will be.
So, who are you, Panda?
Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
like this present moment is a gift. And it's like the yin and the yang sign. You become like an untouchable person when you realize your own true power and that you can influence the world, you can change the reality of the world. Just like Poe did, he became the Dragon Warrior, even knowing he didn't even know how to fucking fight, he didn't know how to do anything. He became this Dragon Warrior through persistence and just not giving up, having that faith within himself. And he found out his own true power. It's kind of crazy. Through the yin and the yang, there's always a dark side to the light side. There's always, that dark tunnel to the light end of the path. It's amazing how what you can see with the yin and the yang side and what you can see. And that's why it's in High Off Life. Because it's yin and yang. It's It's with every time you go through something, there's always going to be light at the end of the tunnel. Because he has nothing to prove, people can trust his words. You see, when a man is untouchable and works on his stoic traits, works on himself, his 4 physical traits, the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and social and emotional, he's able to understand that he has nothing to prove. He has nothing to prove for himself because he doesn't really know it, but he's like been pushing himself every single day towards his goals. And that's that person that you see, becoming the best version of himself. But he understands that he has nothing to say. He doesn't need to say anything, and people can already trust his words because he's worked on himself so much that he doesn't really, he just seeks like kindness and gratitude towards other people and understanding their stories. Because he doesn't know who he is, people recognize themselves in him. So as I said before, when you work on yourself and you become like, you get lost in your own world, you think that you haven't done better in life. It's weird because you think you need to do more. And the people that are, not envying you, but the people that are like see you and they're like, wow, like this guy fucking inspires me. This guy is changing my world. Like this guy's changing my thoughts. People can really see themselves in that guy, even knowing that guy doesn't see it in himself. Which is, it's a crazy way to understand that. And because he has no goal in mind, everything he does succeeds. So the fact that he has no goal in mind, like the fact that he's like so traced up against his goals, he ran so fast in this marathon through his goals, he has forgot what it felt like to actually understand the process and the journey of life, the journey of his goals, the journey of his ambitions. And he realizes that everything he does succeeds, but he's not conscious of it. Understanding that he's an untouchable person. He's this stoic man, this stoic woman. Everything he does succeeds without him realizing his own process, his own mindset, his own physical self, his own spiritual self, his own, social and emotional self. Because he has 0 goals in mind, that's what keeps him going. It's that blind faith that you gotta have 24/7. I hope you guys got something out of this. I think I did, to be honest. You guys have a good one.